चैतन्य नामने गौर तुष्रे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपीकांत राधाकांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। भक्त्या विहीनायपराधलक्ष्यै क्षिप्तस्य कामादितरङ्गमध्ये कृपामयि तं शरणं प्रपन्ना वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दम्। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Happy Radha Ashtami to all of you. Just yesterday we observed Shri Radha Ashtami, which was such auspicious day, and everywhere in the entire world, every corner of the world, devotees were celebrating Radha Ashtami, the appearance day of Shri Radharani, and devotees, they performed very ecstatic kirtan, and there was so much glorification of Radharani and many other things. So somebody asked me a question, what is the difference between Krishna Janmashtami and Radhashtami? I said Krishna Janmashtami is also a fasting day and Radhashtami is also a fasting day. What is the meaning? How can Radhashtami be fasting day? I said yes, because Krishna Janmashtami we fast till midnight, 12 o'clock, and some devotees find this very difficult and they try to control themselves. But Radhashtami is also fasting day. Fasting from what? Fasting from fasting. That means it's a feasting day. So only the difference Krishna Janmashtami and Radhashtami is fasting and feasting.
You have a speaker?
Radhashtami is feasting day. So we all observed that feast yesterday, and there was so much glorification of Radharani. Remember what we have heard the last time, the Radha Prem, that Krishna get mad in Radha's Prem. So I was reading from Srila Gaur Govind Goswami Maharaj Ji, who explained so nicely, beautifully, what is the meaning of this. Yeah. So I'm not going to repeat the last one, what we heard, but I'm going to continue further. Srila Maharaj is explaining, is there anyone who can give me pleasure? This is a question mark. Whose question is this? Krishna's question. Oh, so Krishna also wondering. He also have questions. Yes, Krishna also wonders. And Krishna also have questions. In regard to what? In Krishna is all knowledgeable. He knows everything. He knows everything. He's sitting in the heart of everyone. Yeah. But there are some things which even Krishna don't know. What are those things? He don't know how much sweetness is there in my names. He don't know what is the sweetness of my beauty. So Krishna uh, is a question mark. Who is who is whole knowledgeable? But Krishna thinks, oh, even though I'm Akhil Rasamit Murti, I relish all the rasas. I'm the all knowledgeable one. And this is one of the opulence of Krishna amongst six opulences. What are the six opulences of Krishna? Aishwarasya, Samagrasya, Virasya, Yasasya, Shriya, Gyan, and Vairagya. The complete opulence, the complete beauty, the complete strength, complete fame, knowledge, and renunciation. So imagine what is that present in Radha's prem, that all knowledgeable personality who possess all knowledge is get confused. What is the sweetness of my name? He get confused. How beautiful am I? He get confused that oh, what Radharani goes through when she sees me. Hmm. This is the three desires which remain incomplete in Krishna Leela and which got totally complete in Gaura Leela. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Avatar Sar, Gaur Avatar, is the essence of all the other incarnations. Whatever was missing in other incarnations got complete in Gaur Avatar. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami describing the thoughts of Krishna in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So who can describe the thoughts of Krishna? Who can describe the thought of Radharani? What is going on in their heart? Only those who are connected to their heart. In other words, their heart is in aligned with the heart of the Manjaris. They know what is reflecting in the heart of Radharani. They are very well versed. They very well know what is that reflecting in the heart of Krishna. And when they are together, what is reflecting in each of them? It's very strange. Yeah, but for them, it is very easy because everything is known by them very easily because of interconnection, because of that love, that prem which they have in their heart. Yeah. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami as Kasturi Manjari. She knows everything. So she is describing the thoughts of Krishna in Chaitanya Charitamrita. He is describing, sorry. Krishner vichar ek आछे अंतरे पूर्णानंद पूर्ण रस रूप कहे मोरे. Once Lord Krishna considered within his heart, everyone says that I am complete bliss, full of all rasas. I repeat again. Once Lord Krishna considered within his heart, everyone says that I am complete bliss, full of all rasas. Ama haite anandit hai tribhuvan, amake anand dive eche kaun jan. All the world derives pleasure from me. Is there anyone who can give me pleasure? Ama haite yar hai shat shat gun, sei jani haladite mor pare mor man. One who has 100 times more qualities than me could give pleasure to my mind. You see, these are the considerations of Krishna. Hmm. What is that? One more time. Krishna is considering within his heart. Everyone says that I am complete bliss and full of all rasas. Hmm. And then all the world derives pleasure from me. Is there anyone who can give me pleasure? Krishna is saying, yes, but only that person can give me pleasure who has 100 times more qualities than me. Could only give pleasure to me. These are Krishna's thoughts. Krishna thinks. Purnananda Purna Rasa Rupa Kahe More. All say that I am supremely complete and reservoir of all mellows. Krishna's thoughts is All say that I am supremely complete and reservoir of all mellows. There is no incompleteness or deficiency in me, which is true. Krishna is complete. I am supremely Ananda. Paramananda means supremely Anandamay. I am the source of all bliss. The three planetary system become Anandamay, blissful on account of me. Krishna is saying. When Krishna says this, he always raise his index finger and speak with proud. Me, only me. He speaks like this. You see in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Aham sarvasva prabhaho. How he's saying this? In the battlefield of Mahabharata, at Kurukshetra, he raised his finger, index finger, and touched on his heart and said, Aham sarvasva prabhaho, matta sarvam prabhatte, itti matta bhajante bhav, buddha bhav samanvita. I am the Lord of everyone. Everyone emanates from me. Yeah. And in Srimad Bhagavatam also, Krishna raised his index finger and said, Aham evasam evagre nanya sat asat chaparam pashat aham yo avashishyasti. So asmin aham. He said, I was present before creation. I am present in creation. And I will be also present after creation. So when he say I, he means there is no incompleteness or deficiency in me. I am supremely Ananda, full of bliss. The Tribhuvan, the three planetary system, becomes blissful because of me. Is there anyone who can give me also bliss and pleasure? This is what Krishna is wondering. This is what Krishna is thinking. You know, sometimes we also feel, oh, I'm doing so much for others. Is there anyone who can do something for me? I give my love to everyone. Is there anyone who can give me love? Sometimes many people wonder this. Krishna is also is thinking like this. Is there anyone who can give me pleasure? I am complete person. I give pleasure to one and all throughout the three planetary systems. I am supreme. Is there anyone who can give me pleasure? Krishna is complete reservoir of all rasas, means all mellows, not partially but completely. He relished all the 12 rasas, 5 primary and 7 secondary rasas mentioned in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu by Rupa Goswami. The whole devotee society relished that mellow. They are always eager to relish more and more that mellow of which Krishna is unlimited reservoir. All the Mukhya and Gauna means chief and secondary mellows exist within Krishna. Krishna is the only object of meditation and love. There is no other object. Therefore, to relish that rasa, that mellow, the devotees become mad after Krishna. Try to note this point. And again, to relish that mellow which Krishna is a reservoir of, the devotees become mad after Krishna. He is Rasraj, the king of all transcendental mellows. So how will it be possible on the part of Rasraj to think very deeply on some topic or subject matter other than himself? I'm repeating again. Very, very important point. Yeah. To relish that mellow, the devotees become mad after Krishna. And Krishna is Rasraj, means the king of all transcendental mellows. How will it be possible on the part of Rasraj to think very deeply on some topic or subject matter other than himself? All are thinking of Krishna and becoming mad because he is Rasraj. He is completely full. He has no deficiency at all. If there was some deficiency, then he would be thinking of that. So what will he thinking of? What subject matter? What topic? Thus, the first reason why a person become mad is not applicable to him. You understand? He's full, no deficiency at all. If there was some deficiency, then he would have been thinking of that. So what will he think of? What subject matter? What topic? See, the first reason why a person becomes mad is not applicable to him. The second reason is the capacity. If a person's capacity is exceeded when he becomes mad, when he is supreme and unlimited, then how will it be possible that something is greater than him? So how can the second reason be applicable to him? It is not possible at all. The third reason is ignorance. There is no question of ignorance at all. Maya creates ignorance, and Krishna is Mayadhish. He is the master of Maya. He cannot be affected by Maya. How will he put into ignorance? He is the source of all knowledge. Satchidanandamai, unlimited supremely. How will he be covered with ignorance so much that he becomes mad? Not possible. He is Mayadhish, not Mayavasha. The jivas are Mayavasha because the jiva is minute. Krishna is Vibhu. Means jivas are minute, but Krishna is big. It is possible on the part of jiva to be covered over with ignorance and to come under the grip of Maya, but Krishna will never come under the grip of illusion energy. So how will he become covered over ignorance? It is not possible at all. Not possible at all. So Maharaj is explaining three reasons why a person become mad. Yeah, it does not applies to Krishna. Krishna is beyond Maya, beyond ignorance. Yeah. Anything anyone wants to ask before I start the next paragraph? So because this class, I also heard this is like a question answer session. So anything? Hare Krishna.
I don't think anyone will ask anything now for that.
No one has any question?
Apparently not.
Okay.
Maharaj.
Viraj, is it possible to see you? Hare Krishna.
Yeah, go ahead.
Maharaj, I am Ramakanta from South Africa. The mind of Krishna and the mind of Radharani, are they run in parallel? Is it the one mind or is it two different minds?
What do you mean by minds?
The thought within the mind. Are they do they think alike at all times, or is there a difference, or the thought differ?
uh, Krishna mind is always enjoying mind. Radharani is always there to serve Krishna. But Krishna is also there to serve Radharani. But her feelings, her emotions go beyond even Krishna. That's the reason why Krishna becomes mad after Radharani's love. And that was the next paragraph, which explains that Krishna being Jagat Guru, the Guru of the whole world, but he loves he learns some arts from Radharani. And Krishna feel no hesitation and reluctant to say, Radharani is my Guru. Yeah, Krishna gave so much instructions to Arjun, Bhagavad Gita, but how to reciprocate love, in this area, Krishna is not very expert. And he found Radharani is more expert than me. She knows very well how to reciprocate that love. And that's the reason, 10th canto, Rasa Leela, Krishna folded hands and prayed, praying in front of Radharani, Na pareham nirvadhu samujam, susadu kritta vibuddhi yosha piva. Oh Radhaji, I cannot repay your debt. I cannot repay your debt. My love, my prem is distributed among so many devotees. So many. But your love is only dedicated to me. Therefore, when I see this love of yours, which is for me, but I'm not getting entrance into this. Some password is missing. I want to know this password. You see, I used to give an example which applies to many areas. You can apply this example even in your preaching in your countries. When you're preaching to general masses, you see, everyone has iPhone or very expensive phones, smartphones, everyone keeping. So if you enter someone's house and you need to connect to anyone, to speak to anyone, you have phone, very expensive, and the house also have very powerful 4G, 5G, 4G, let's say 4G Wi-Fi connection. Yeah, but connection is good, phone is good, something is missing, and that is password. So we request the householders, yeah, because I travel a lot, so I'm very much familiar with this, and that's why I thought for a while, and I got this clue. Oh wow, this applies to spiritual world. Yeah, phone is good, connection is good, but if there is no password, you can't speak to anyone. Yeah, you just ask the householders, can you give me a password for your Wi-Fi connection? Yes, of course, Maharaj. The moment they give Wi-Fi password, I connect it to the whole world. The phone start, making beep sound, ding, 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 so many messages. I'm connected to the whole world. Password is missing. And in our lives also as devotees, password is missing. Just like smartphone is very expensive or valuable, our life is also very valuable. And it's not cheap, very, very valuable life. Yeah. And the Wi-Fi connection means a lot of Harikatha and lots of Gurudev books, the literature, and the information of spiritual world. Everything is available. Something is missing is password. So Gurudev came in our life and he gave us a password to get connection, to get link to the spiritual world. And that password is the mantras which Gurudev gives to us and say, never tell, don't tell to anyone. I'm giving you a secret mantra. This is password, not meant for everyone. If anyone wants, I will give personally, but you don't give this. You see, in the same way, Krishna, this is what we heard before. Krishna is very knowledgeable. There's nothing which is not known to Krishna. But still, the madness in Radha's love is he's missing that password link. He's missing that point. And therefore he begged for Radharani by saying, Na pareham nirvadya samujam, I cannot repay you, I cannot repay your love. But Radharani, please help me. I want to actually repay that. But I cannot, it cannot be possible in this black complexion and mood of Krishna. For that, I need your mood and I need your complexion. So Srila Gaur Govind Goswami Maharaj explains, Krishna would have taken only the complexion. Why he also begged for the mood? It's a question. Radharani could have given her complexion and Krishna became Gaur, Mahaprabhu. That's enough. But what was the necessity of getting mood also? Yes, it was needed. Because to what Radharani goes through, what Radharani love is, which Krishna has no access, it cannot be relish, cannot be understandable, or to get entrance into it unless someone has golden complexion like Radharani. Because her love means very high. Mahabhav Sarupani Radha Thakurani. She's Mahabhav. And to hold that pleasure of Mahabhav, one needs to get golden complexion. With black complexion, it's not possible. Krishna's trying so much. So don't get discouraged, black ones. That doesn't apply to the complexion and colors of all of us in this material world. This is a different concept. This totally transcendental concept of spiritual world. Even complexion there has so much values and reasonings. You see, why Krishna is black?
There's all colors in it.
Huh? Any answer?
All the colors make up black.
No,
because
this
he
is not
born
a
at
funny.
midnight.
No, this is a funny, not funny, but this is a song which we have in Hindi. We sing this, but actually these are not the reasons, authentic reasons. Some says, there's a song, if you can understand this. Tu bhed bata de kana, tera rang kala kyun. I think no one will understand this, only Indians.
Yes.
So
Don't
someone
worry,
is
Maharaj, I'm
asking,
here to translate.
Krishna, why are you black? Then he's saying, oh, because I took birth in midnight, I became black. But is that the cause? If someone takes birth 12 o'clock in the night or 1 a.m., it's not the person become black. And if someone takes birth in the morning hours, it's not, his sunlight is there, become golden. It's not the cause. Yeah. And Krishna says further, because I drink the milk of cows who are black, I became black. If this is the reason why Krishna is black, it cannot be. You see, so this is just like a simple like a bhajan, but this is not the real Siddhanta. The real Siddhanta is Krishna enjoys some rasas, some mellows, which are five prime rasas: Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, and Madhur. And Krishna also enjoys 7 secondary rasas. So they are 12 in numbers. Yeah, 12 rasas. So amongst all these rasas, the topmost is Shingar Rasa, Madhure Rasa. And because Krishna enjoys this to his maximum, that's why to enjoy and to relish that Madhure Rasa is very important to have black complexion. It cannot be with any other complexion. That's why Krishna is black, means bluish black. That's the reason. To enjoy Madhurya Ras. This is something very high topics. We are conditioned souls. We are still struggling with our, lust, anger, greed, envious, all these things. And we are doing very limited sadhan. Not chanting nicely, not even concentrating on the mantras, going along with the flow of the material world. Still we are hearing all these topics. How come? Who is the cause? Who is the reason behind this? Only Mahaprabhu. Only Mahaprabhu desire. Dharma spishta satata param avisht evat dharane drishtim prapti nahi khalu satam shrishti kopi nasan yadatte harira sudha swadna matta parinitte ucche gayanti viludute atha nomi krishnam asham. This verse applies to all of us actually. And that is dharma spishta satata. We have never ever before touched the idle process of dharma. We were never ever. Param avisht evat dharane. We were totally immersed and absorbed in adharma, irreligious things, means sinful things. Drishtim prapti nahi khalu satam. We never ever got a merciful glance of any sadhus. Never. Shishti kopi nasan. We never ever went to any place of pilgrimage with faith. Never. But still, we are raising our arms and chanting and singing Mahaprabhu's name, Radha Krishna name, celebrating Janmashtami, Radhashmi. Who is the one behind who can change us so much from all these negative energies and gradually making us positive? Is Mahaprabhu. And when I say Mahaprabhu, it's not Mahaprabhu alone. When we say Krishna, we don't say Krishna being alone. Means they and their all associates together. And one of the prominent associate of Mahaprabhu who came in all of our life is our Srila Gurudev. Yeah, our Gurudev. So even though unqualified, but still Gurudev has given us, infused these concepts to make us concept very clear to understand what is Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta. Why Krishna is black? Why Radharani is golden? Because she realized topmost bhav, Madanakya Mahabhav, and for that one should have golden complexion. And Krishna hankering for this golden complexion of Radharani. For what? Because that's a container to hold that love which she goes through. That's the container. We should have appropriate container for everything. If I give you like a paper cup and put red tea, what will happen? It will spill out. Hands will burn. It happened to me one time. Hand got burnt because my container was not good. Yeah. If there is hot water and you're having steel cup, very hot water, what will happen? The steel cup will also become hot and your hands can't hold this. Or can say copper, immediately get hot. You pour hot water, it becomes hot. But if you're carrying ceramic cup or any other cup, to hold hot water or whole tea is easy to get. Understand? Similarly, a container is needed. Container is required to hold certain objects. in the same way. To hold that, what Radharani goes through in love with Krishna, we need that container, and that is golden complexion. That's the importance of golden complexion. That's why Radharani is golden. And that's why Krishna wants to also accept this golden complexion of Radharani along with the moods of Radharani. Both things together. Mood and a container, a base to hold that mood also. Yeah, both. And therefore, Krishna has become Mahaprabhu. Once upon a time, Krishna played the flute and Radharani came there. And Krishna started teasing. And one day Radharani crying and saying, Krishna, you don't know how much pain we feel when you invite us, you call us, and you don't extend your darshan to us. Why are you troubling us of not giving darshan to us? You know what we go through? And one day you will realize this. Radharani said, if any day when you will become Radha, then you will understand what Radha goes through. And Krishna smiled. And when Krishna became Radha means, when Krishna is inside and outside Radharani means Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then he realized, wow, what is that pain one goes through? Gambira te ratri nahi nidra love. Shire mukh shir ghase shata hai sab. When Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri, staying in very small apartment, whole night he is not able to sleep. So much separation in the mood of Radharani towards Krishna. He's rubbing his nose. He's rubbing his nails to the walls. Shir gate shat hai sab. तीन द्वार कपाट प्रभु जाहि न बाहरे कबू सिंधु द्वार पड़े कबू सिंधु तीरे. Mahaprabhu, he was running out from his room in midnight and devotees find difficult to get him. So they started locking him. 3 locks, 3 doors were locked and Mahaprabhu is inside. But when there is intensity of that separation enhance, Mahaprabhu ran out. Opening all these 3 locks, he can't stay there. There is so much intensity of separation, high intensity. He runs to see his beloved, his Prananath, the Lord of his life. Jagannath means Krishna. He runs there. And while going to his Krishna, means Jagannath, Kabhu Sindhu Dwara Pade, Kabhu Sindhu Tire. Sometimes he falls unconscious just at the lion gate, the gate of Sri Jagannath Puri temple. And Kabhu Sindhu Tire, and sometimes he is lying in the ocean of Jagannath Puri. This is what Mahaprabhu is going through. Yeah. Who is Mahaprabhu? Krishna. Now he is realizing what is Radharani's prem. So we have to understand what is the significance of Radhashtami. We are chanting Radhe, 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 but what is the gravity in that word Radhe? What is that qualities which Radharani is holding? We can't understand. We can't understand. We can't understand with material conceptions. We try to relate this with our ordinary material dealings in the world. Oh, my husband, my boyfriend. No, it's not like that. Unless we don't know the qualities of Radharani, we will not understand any of the reciprocation of Radharani and Krishna. That's why our Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, was infusing this. Even though he knows no one is qualified in this world, but at least I want to make them understand and infuse this concept of the glories of Radha's prem. Then they will understand what Krishna is hankering for. Then they will understand. And Gurudev is extracting, like a bumblebee, extract the nectar from different flowers. So what are flowers here? Flowers here means the books of Rupa Goswami, the books of Sanatan Goswami, the books of Jiva Goswami, Kaviraj Goswami. Gurudev like a bumblebee, jumping on each and every, flying on each and every flower and extracting that. Why he was doing this? Bumblebee, he extract nectar, and later bees, they are eating that nectar. They store, and then they start eat. This is their food. They eat that. But also they are become a cause of supply as honey to all of us. Srila Gurudev also, he got this nectars from different sources, and then he's storing for his own relishing, and then he distributed like honey to the entire world. It's not that simple that Radha ji, oh, she's dancing with Krishna, oh, she's doing this, she's sulky mood, she's man. Baba, it's very much deep gravity in this. Unless we don't read the books of our Goswamis, we will not understand the glories of Radharani. And that's why our acharyas, Srila Prabhupada and all, you understand? First go deep into this, and then you understand a person's character, for his attributes or his glories. Wow, really, such high person and so down to earth. See? So, Radhashtami, we will not celebrating Radhashtami once a year. We're going to celebrate Radhashtami every day by chanting the names of Radharani, and we are doing this every day. Those who are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the first alphabet of Mahamantra is Hare. Sarva Cheta Hara Krishnasta Chittam Hare Yaso Vidagdi Vistarata Radha Haramata. One who steals and captivates the mind of Krishna is called Hare, means Radharani. And this is for Krishna. How about for us? In that Mahamantra, another Hare means Hanti Dukhani Bhaktani, Yati Sokhyani Chanyaham, Hara Nigrita Devi, Mahakaruna Shalani. Radharani, full of all compassion, Mahakaruna Shalani. Hanti Dukhani Bhaktanam, those devotees who are in separation, suffering, Radharani is giving them all the nectar to make them peaceful. The suffering of separation and the suffering of ignorance for people like us. Radharani helps us. So when we chant Hare Krishna, when we chant Hare, we should pray to Radharani. Please remove my sufferings. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.